Alright, back on the Dirty Dodge project again today. Trying to finish up changing out these tappets or lifters, whatever you want to call them. I've already got the first 4 cylinders done. You can see how shallow the new 24 valve tappets come up compared to the last 2 cylinders. You can see that, but where the push rod sits is actually in the same position. Anyhow, so the point of this video is to highlight that when you're doing this on a 12 valve Cummins specifically, and you decide that you want to keep your factory lift pump, I don't plan on going to an air dog or anything crazy like that. So you need to make sure that on cylinder 5 here, you don't run a full-size tappet. So what I've got here is a little demonstration to show you. Here's a factory 12 valve lifter, very small. Okay, it does the job, but they tend to wear over time. So here's a 24 valve tappet that I've actually turned down by 5 thou, and here's a full size. So you can tell it's just barely shaved. Hard to actually show you with one hand here, but basically what I've got here is a dial caliper that's preset at 1 inch 0.45, and I just ground away at this until it would clear. So you know, it's a pretty good amount of material that you actually have to take off of here. It doesn't sound like a lot, but in practice, you'd be very surprised. I know this is not best practice, so I'm sure I'm going to get some shame on the internet for this, but I figured I'd show you guys how I had to do this because I'm a cheap ass. So if you think that you're just going to chuck up one of these tappets in a drill and turn it and, you know, let it run, you can't. It's like 5/8. The diameter is like 5/8. So a standard 1/2 inch chuck on a drill, you're not going to get around this. And which, even if you did, you're going to mar it up right where the wear surface is. So you got to be very careful how you do this. So I took a piece of 5/8 heater hose, and I actually had another hose clamp on this side also while we were doing this. But you know, just take the wooden dowel that you're already buying some to do the lifter trick. And I guess if I need to touch on that, I will. But basically, you just want to just very lightly just let this run on a flapper wheel while you're just running it on a grinder until you finally get your desired dimension there. But like I say, this only matters if you plan on keeping that factory lift pump location.